Chapter, Episode 1 Galway, Episode 2 Novi Sad. Today we will discover beautiful city of Timisoara. And I'm so happy that this is our twin virtual exchange project, gathering volunteer, having more opportunity to interact, to discover something new, organized by European Capital of Culture Volunteer Coordinators Network group, which is informal active coordinators group. Then today I would like to ask first Maria, is coordinator, coordinating this wonderful team. Anca, Cristina, also Cristina, Naomi, Dori, Cristina. So today we have a lot of Cristina and Valentina. So I understood that Cristina, the name of Cristina came from like Christianity. So we are approaching to Christmas. So we would like to enjoy presentation by Timisoara team. So Maria, please introduce yourself and also introduce about your city, then move on. Maria, your mic.
Thank you, Mayuri. On behalf of our team and our association, Timisoara 21, the European Capital of Culture, now it will be in 2020. I welcome all of you, and I'm so excited to be part of this international event, to be in front of you with a very young team of dedicated volunteers. We started a leadership program recently at the beginning of November. And this group is part of this core volunteers and volunteer coordinators group who took part in the training program. And I'm excited to present you their first project. Really put a lot of heart in here. And you will see that for us, people, places, and the connections between us are important. The motto of our city is shine your light. And we all want to encourage you to shine your lights, because by letting our light shine, we unconsciously encourage others to do the same. So, and by doing this, we light up our city. I just want to mention that the following stories of this wonderful team. You will get to see a few very important things for our city cultural program, which are interculturality, because we live in a very intercultural city, interconfessionalism, entrepreneurship, innovation and technology, and of course, mobilizing civic energy. And this is the chapter that we all feel connected to, because we all are here because we want to invest our time and energy and skills in our communities. So this is what brings us together. With this introduction, I want to let Naomi take over the microphone, and I want to encourage my team to do their best. They are wonderful. So thank you all for being part of our event. Thank you, Naomi.
Thank you, Maria. It's wonderful, Timisoara team, and shine your light. It's a good motto. So let's move on. City break, the first topic. So today there is 6 topics, 6 contents. So the first one is City Break by Cristina Dragoi, who is a young mother, very passionate about volunteering, also helping children, working hard in the community. So Cristina, are you ready to introduce our City Break?
Yes, Naomi. Thank you, Naomi. I'm glad to be part in this project, and for today, I want you to come with me through Timisoara and present you Juliustown, Victory and Freedom Square, Bega River, Roses and Botanic Park, a village museum, and zoo. I choose these because they are important for us here in Timisoara. The first topic choose is Juliustown. For me, I like to call it the new city in the center of Timisoara, but the organizer call it the urban regeneration project designed to bring together the community, the people, the inhabitants of the region, whenever they come to office, shopping, doing sport, or having a relaxing time. Juliustown is the largest business, retail, and entertainment hub in the region, but it's also your city in the heart of Timisoara. This is the place of fun and relaxation for the whole family in one place, like you see in the pictures. People of Timisoara can benefit from new entertainment concepts, a variety of possibilities for spending free time. We have Julius Garden, the largest suspended park in the country. You will find the multi-store Venetian carousel. This is perfect for kids, as well restaurants and team cafes with a panoramic view for the green space. One of my favorite places to go and visit is Victory Square. Victory Square, former Opera Square, I can say is the central square of the city of Timisoara. It is the place where Timisoara revolutionaries gather and where Timisoara was proclaimed the first free city in Romania. The square hosts the buildings of important institutions such as Romanian Opera. In the same building, we have three theaters, the National, Hungarian, and German Theatre. We have the Orthodox Cathedral, Timis cinemas, Capitol and Studio, Banat Museum, art galleries, as well as many shops and restaurants. It's perfect place to go walking and enjoying the views of flowers and the events organized there. Another important place for us is Freedom Square. It is the oldest of the Timisoara squares. Freedom Square's location is also the site of the original nucleus from which Timisoara evolution started. Here we can find some of the oldest buildings existing in today's city. The garrison command, the formal chancellery of war, the old town hall, and the military casino. In the new Freedom Square, they are organized music and cultural festivals, events. Is the place where that was recently redesigned as a gathering place. My favorite place, Bega River, crosses our city and was recently designed to be used as a water transport city. From the center of Timisoara, it is very easy to go there and to continue your relaxation walking along the shore or even on the boat on the Bega River. You can discover lots of parks and green oases or the famous bridges of Timisoara that stretch over Bega, offering you the possibility to enjoy beautiful views. The banks of Bega have recently rebuilt and consolidated, so you will be able to enjoy, as I called, a fairly smooth road. Here I learned the first time to ride my bike. I love walking with my little babies and strongly recommend you to see the view on the Bega River. Good. I want you now to present a little bit about Roses Park. It is located in the city center, just a few steps from Bega River. This is another attraction of Timisoara. We can say that Timisoara's famous as a city of parks or the city of roses. The huge amphitheater arranged inside the park is another reason that I strongly recommend you to visit it. Because open air festivals are held annually there, such as Student Fest, the Festival Hearts, or operetta festivals. Uh, the Roses Park became the host of large-scale concerts. We had Romanian bands such as Voltage or Phoenix, but also famous foreign bands such as Him or Nouvelle Vogue are the artists who had performed there in our Roses Park. The next topic that I want you to present you is Botanic Park. It is located in, I call it isolation, in the vicinity of the former fortress of Timisoara, in the central area of the city. Today we can see 218 species of plants. The recreational function is the only. Yes, I was looking in the chat. The recreational function is the only important function due to the isolated position. The surface of the park, the variety of relief and vegetation. It is designed as a landscape style, but with a few regular elements, especially the entrance alley with a lot of colored flowers. I like it to call the Park of Silence, even if next to it is an emergency hospital. You can walk with friends, you can go rollerblading, you can read a book or go camping there. There are a lot of events specially created for children and cultural, musical, and recreational events. In a few words, I will lead you to art, history, but also entertainment. This is why I invite you to get acquainted with the Village Museum. The walk in the Village Museum, the authentic construction representing the church, the school, the town hall, the pub, and the old houses will introduce you to the life of the people from the past centuries, from here, from Timisoara. You can admire folk fabrics, spinning wheels, looms, pottery tools, plates of painted ceramic, and other specific pieces of furniture. You can visit independently or by requesting the services of a guide that are specialized in the historical and traditional of Timisoara. You can go with groups. Children can be organized thematic visits there. Inside the museum, there is also a shop with handicrafts of folk craftsmen from where tourists can buy souvenirs. In this place are organized, like we can see in that picture, there are organized different exhibitions, team related to folk art, craft fairs, on course, concert, festivals with folk and ethnographic themes. I think it's a good opportunity for us, for you, to go there and listen to authentic folk music and see the traditional dances from the village and folk costumes. Okay, in the end of my presentation, I want you to present Zoo Park. It was opened on the public in 1986. and was home to about 30 species of animals, most of which were native to Romania. You can find there lots of animals: deers, brown bears, black swan, capuchin monkeys, ostrich, bunnies, geese and ducks. Recently, when I was with my little girl, there in the right side, they brought the zebras, swans. I like to go there because it's a garden inside. With a small aquarium with colorful fish, a children park where it was put it there, and my little daughter is also fascinated and she doesn't want to go home from there. So you can go there and for a relaxation time. So thank you for being patient with me, because it was my first time and I started this presentation and I have a lot of emotion. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish you a lot of success in everything you set up to achieve, but also invite you to go through our stories through Timisoara and get involved as much as possible in our community.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Cristina. Applause, like clap
Thank you.
our hands. And we had several messages, like Anna from Rijeka. They also have similar garden as the Rose one, yes, near Rijeka. And also
Yes,
Muladen.
indeed.
Yes. And Muladen from Novi Sad is similar space in Novi Sad. It's Dunav Ski Park. It's like village museum.
Yes, yes.
Nice. So thank you, Cristina, for your presentation and work for a cause, not for applause, but allow us to make applause for you.
Thank you.
Nice. So we saw like overview, like point of city break beautiness of Timisoara. Then we will move next to city of premieres. So what is premieres in Timisoara will be presented by Dori Minodora. Its nickname is Dori, and also Cristina. So are you ready, Dori and Cristina?
Yes, hello everybody.
Yes, please.
Nice to see you here.
Yes.
I think Cristina is also ready because she has to start. Yes, okay.
Timisoara is the city with the most historic building in Romania. Almost 15,000 buildings, some of which were built up to 300 years ago.
And also Timisoara has these buildings because we try to conserve all these old buildings, and apparently we are the most rich city from Romania in old buildings.
Timisoara is the city with the first animal draw tram in Eastern Europe.
Yes, despite of this experience, apparently Europe was not so excited about adopting these horse-drawn trams. So New York was the pioneer, and then Paris and London adopted. But Timisoara adopted because of two reasons. First, to speed up the traffic. All the time we have some problem with the traffic, also in these days. The purpose was to make a connection between the place where the products were to make a connection in transport between factories and train station.
So
Cristina?
next is new.
Timisoara is the first city with public river transportation in Romania.
Yes, in October 4, 2018, Timisoara launched its public transport on water service and becoming the first city in Romania that has such service.
The tallest building in Romania is being built at Julius Mall.
Yes, this is the new part of Timisoara.
2020, the colorful building of the new Luis Turcanu Children's Hospital.
These days, a lot of our buildings, which were built in communism, has a new way to improve and a lot of color on them. And I think this is a very good new, thing because the old building with the new building has a very good connection in this way.
My city is different, the only city in Romania with a mayor who is a citizen of another country.
I think Timisoara is the most multicultural city from Romania because during the history of Timisoara, we used to have all kind of people here. We live in a very good tradition with our neighbors, with German, with Serbian, with Hungarian, with Bulgarian, and everybody has a place here.
And Timisoara is the only city in Romania with a building that hosts 3 theaters, Romanian, German, and Hungarian.
And some of the shows perform in the same time. And the acoustic in this house is very good because we don't have a problem to have 2 or 3 shows online.
Nice. Thank you. And
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Dori and Cristina, some comment that Muladen also wrote, amazing about the river transport. And also Anna, thank you, commented. It seems it's not only the common past, but the common present as well. And maybe common future with this cooperation. And I understood that Novi Sad was expected to have European Capital of Culture 2021 together with Timisoara, but now you moved to 2022 and 2023, but Novi Sad and Timisoara is very close, right, Dori?
Yes, it is. It is, and we have a very good relationship with Novi Sad.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And as you mentioned that Timisoara has 3 language theaters, Romanian,
Yes.
German, and Hungarian, and also connection with Serbia.
Yes, and also in Timisoara is very common to speak 2 or 3 languages. Children were playing together in the yard with children of German people, of Hungarian people, and it was very common to speak many languages. It was not unusual, and even today we have a very good relation with our neighbors, and everybody accept and everybody enjoy this intercultural activities.
Mm-hmm. Nice, indeed. And Dori, one question from Petra from Novi Sad. Since there are so many international theaters, are there any art academies in Timisoara for international students? Do you know something about this?
Yes.
Yes?
It's also medicine,
Uh-huh.
also languages, Polytechnica. I think it's technical. They all have international students, and we also have high schools for Serbian, Hungarian, German, And I think we have also Bulgarian in Timisoara.
Wow.
And Erasmus too, yes. We
Mhm.
have a lot of Erasmus mobilities and a lot of exchange, teachers experience exchange with our neighbors.
Wow. Thank you so much. I didn't introduce about yourself, Dori. Also, Cristina, you're a teacher in Timisoara, right?
Yes.
I remember Cristina is a history teacher, and Dori, you are?
I teach tourism.
Tourism, yes, yes. So we can ask Dori and
And we
Cristina.
love our city. We love everything about Timisoara.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Oh, and thank you. Message from Petra Novi Sad is very helpful. Please think about also be a student in Timisoara. So thank you so much, Dori and Cristina. Then we will move on next topic, which is architecture trends presented by Valentina, who was born in Timisoara and also now computer science student in Timisoara. So Valentina, are you ready to present architectural trend?
Yes, I am.
Yes, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Valentina Indrei and I will present you the architectural trends in Timisoara, but more exactly the history and architecture of some of the most astonishing monuments in Timisoara. Timisoara is a revolutionary city that has proudly remained defined for centuries against invaders, conformity, and dictators. The city was not only revolutionary on the political front, though, but also on the architectural one as well, being an exceptionally striking city featuring grand and vibrant architecture inspired from a Vienna art movement that spurned the established art world. Thanks to these many exquisite buildings in Timisoara, it's fondly known as the Little Vienna, fact which we are proud of course.
Yes.
The first monument that we are going to talk about is the Orthodox Cathedral, the symbol of Timisoara, I could say, was raised between 1936 and 1941. With a height of 90.5 meters, it is currently the second tallest church in Romania, but it was the tallest till 2010, so it's not that bad. A very interesting fact about this cathedral is that due to the marshy underground conditions, the building stands on a concrete slab supported by over 1,000 reinforced pillars set at 20 meters depth. Besides its historical significance, Timisoara Orthodox Cathedral is also home to many historic and artistic religious objects and a collection of early writings in Romanian. Facing the cathedral, we have the Romanian National Opera of Timisoara, which I can describe as a salad of architectural styles, was built in 1871 after the plans of the most famous Viennese architect duo, Hermann Helmer and Ferdinand Werner. Unfortunately, two major fires have ravaged the building. The first took place in 1880, and they managed to keep the original form of the whole building, built in eclectic style. But after the second fire in 1920, some parts of the building acquired a different style, the Neo-Byzantine architecture characteristic of the time. One interesting fact about the inside of the opera is that the images painted are inspired by the history and fairy tales of the Romanians, being completed in 1926. Now, let's talk about the largest preserved piece of defensive infrastructure from Austrian era. The Theresia Bastion, named after the Austrian Empress Maria Theresa, is a part of the wall that protected the fortress of Timisoara. After the conquest of Timisoara by the Habsburgs in 1716, It was realized that the old fortifications could not cope with the new fighting techniques. Therefore, it was decided to rebuild the whole city in pagan style, a fortress stronghold of a stellar shape. The city was surrounded by 3 stellar beds that could be filled with water. Access to the city was provided by 3 gates, and the 9 bastions of the fortress were named after kings and queens or generals. The next building of interest is the Holy Trinity Monument. Between the 14th and 18th century, the plague killed millions of people in Europe. Timisoara was no exception. The Holy Trinity Monument was ordered and then donated to Timisoara by Decan de Hansen, who was a councillor at the city hall at the time. The monument was constructed in Vienna and transported to Timisoara by boat on the Danube. The story has it that the plague killed the councillor's wife and daughter, and he swore that if he survives, he will build a monument as a sign of thankfulness. He kept his word, and the monument exists even today. Now, let's add a little bit of color to this presentation by showing you the Brockhaus, a beautiful piece of secessionist architecture built in early 1900s. It was ordered by the pharmacist Solomon Brock. Pharmacy exists there even today. On the windows, you can also see the word pharmacy written in the 3 languages spoken at the time, Romanian, German, and Hungarian, aspect that proves the ethnic diversity in Timisoara. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation. I hope I have sparked your interest and you will one day come to visit the great city of Timisoara. Thank you for your time.
Nice. Thank you, Valentina. It's wonderful presentation, very historical, and I know that Timisoara has a lot of beautiful architecture building, right? So you wanted to present more, is correct, Valentina?
If I could, of course.
Yes, thank you so much. So several messages on chat board from Vicky from Hong Kong, but now Vicky living in Taiwan. Timisoara is such a beautiful city. Yes, I'm sure that you will love it. And also Anna commented, last one. So please also check chat board, last one from Timisoara. Copied some Google address, so you can find something from this address. Yes, and thank you, Cristina. Thank you, Maria. Yes, Nick and Ulrika and Ladina from Plovdiv. She speaks German, and it's really impressive. 3 spoken language in theater. So everybody, please come to visit Timisoara. And again, Anna Rieka, thank you for your comment. Another common point, in the past, Hungarian and German were also spoken in Rijeka, Croatia, with Italian and Croatian. So a lot of also similar points. Yes, thank you so much. And Valentina, you are born in Timisoara and you are studying in Timisoara now. What's the most lovely point from who is native Timisoara girl? What is the most lovely point from you?
I honestly love everything. As I was young, I always loved the parks and the cathedral. That's why I started with that monument. I always thought is the symbol of Timisoara, is the most beautiful thing that the most beautiful church, honestly, that I ever saw in Europe. Is especially the inside. It's unique. The Bega River I always loved. I think that the walks in the night are the best there.
Wow, in the night?
Yes, of course.
Wow. Okay, so we have to spend overnight, several nights in Timisoara to work in besides Vega River. Thank you so much. Thank you, Valentina. Again, clap our hands to you. And we will move on next presentation, which about City of Roses. These are presented by, again, Cristina, but this Cristina has nickname Tiana and Naomi. Tiana and Naomi is mother and daughter. So they will present about their story about roses, and then move to Cristina Dragoi. You will present also about roses, related with roses. Thank you so much. So Naomi, Tiana, are you ready? Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so are you ready? Please, can you start?
Yeah.
Please.
Hello, my name is Cristina. I'm from Timisoara. I was born here and I'm a story writer and self-publisher. I also work with children. And my story, you will see, it's a view from my side, like a child in Timisoara, because I love very much Timisoara and I was in love by roses. And I wrote a story about this, and Naomi, she will read it to you. I hope to enjoy it, my story and our journey.
Hello everyone, my name is Naomi. I'm 18 years old and I was tasked to present to you the natural beauty of our city and the reason why it is called the City of Flowers. The spoken presentation is actually a story written by my mom, especially for this project. A story written by a person that lived to see our city grow, and I quote, "My beautiful city of flowers, this is my city. Since I was a child and I crossed the wild streets and alleys that cross the parks full of flowers and old trees and Bega's river that invites me in the show to show me the wonder that surrounds it right to the center of Timisoara and then in the world of children. I always thought that Timisoara is the most beautiful city from all over the world, and the wonderful scenery proves it. Since then, every season I like to admire the beautiful colors of flowers, and I still stop to hug old trees, trying to listen to them, knowing that they have many stories to tell. Today, I would like to invite you on a short trip that I want to show you through the eyes of a child that grew up in Timisoara. And I want to tell you a story that won my heart, a story about the city of flowers. Even if Timisoara has about 30 parks, today I will lead you through some of the parks that marked my childhood and that left their mark on me while walking through them as a child. Parks that gave me joy, honor, beauty, inspiration, and unique experiences. And I will also tell you about the Bega River, which gathers around it like a ray of light. I will start this journey with a park that defines the title of the City of the Flowers. The Roses Park, just 126 years ago, began to be a story that it was written with a mastery over the years. But when I met the park for the first time 40 years ago, I was amazed by the beauty of the flowers. Many times, as a child, I liked to go and admire the roses in spring or autumn. But more than that, I would sit on a bench and close my eyes, breathing in the scent of roses. Then I would touch their delicate petals, as if taking from that beauty and making it my own, and thus walking among them, I learned to become more graceful and pleasant. I have known since then that roses have a beautiful and impressive history with a multitude of colors that invite you on a special walk. The alleys that led me to the banks of the river Bega invited me to visit other parks. The People's Park, or Queen Maria Park, as it is called now, can impress you by the way the entrance is built, and the fact that it is the oldest in the city of Timisoara makes it completely special. Entering that park as a child took me nostalgically back to the times when aristocratic people walked on its alley, shaded by old and silent trees who know many beautiful stories about artists, musicians, writers, and all those who found an oasis of peace and inspiration in it. Stories that I would have liked to hear in the silence that encompassed it. So I stepped with honor, raising my head slightly to go through it slowly, and slowly it led me further, dreaming nostalgically. But in our walk, we also reached the children's park, where joy holds your hands and walks you through the wonderful world of childhood. Carried over the years by many children, flew merrily through it, and I stopped seeing how excited I was as a child, waiting for the train to take a ride that certainly terrified me. A tunnel where there were all kinds of sounds and you could see certain characters. But the joy I felt crossing the park, seeing all those beautifully arranged playgrounds and even pedal boats made me want to stay there forever. As we got off the train, I bought a huge cotton candy and left for home only in the evening, when the darkness settled over the park, leaving it waiting for the next day and other voices of happy children to come in it. Today, I just took a big and fluffy cotton candy on my stick as I walk on the wide alleys that are shaded by trees over 100 years old, and I listen to the laughter of children who sound like bells, bringing a playful smile on my face. But what impressed me the most is that these parks are connected by a blue string named the Bega River, which includes them all in a chain of color, beauty, and culture. Every season, right to the center of Timisoara, bringing it the name of the city of flowers. As a child, I walked many times on the alleys of the River Bega, following these pearls of nature, parks with history and beauty that once inspired the world by the unique way of being and carrying me with the nostalgia and love through Little Vienna, as it was called. I can't stop without reaching the Civic Park, which is in the center of Timisoara, where, if you want to know how time passes, you step in front of the beautifully arranged floor clock, unique in Romania, that ticks uninterrupted and makes you aware of the fact that Timisoara is really beautiful, despite the time that passed. And then, in silence, as when I was a child, I take a book, I sit on a bench in the shady park behind the Continental Hotel and start reading and sometimes looking up to admire tourists who speak different languages unknown to me that walk through it wanting to know more about this beautifully city of flowers. The last stop on this trip is in the Botanical Park, which, with its multitude and diversity of flora and trees, makes you want to walk on the paths that make their way through them. If you want a moment of relaxation and inspiration, as I often did, they can be easily acquired by walking and taking from that tumult of different colors and shapes of trees, and leaving each time with a dose of inspiration offered by nature in a unique way. Timisoara, the old aristocratic city known in the past named as Little Vienna, which in the last century surprised us all with its natural beauty, creating a nostalgia that can be found on its wide streets full of charm, the paths that run along the banks of the river Bega, and also paths with shady alleys, thanks to the old trees, where you can hear the sound of music vibrating in the color of delicate flowers that tell beautiful stories, will give you an unforgettable experience in the city of flowers. And it's up to all of us to keep moving the story forward. End of quote. As for the painting here was painted by myself and it represents the beauty of Timisoara, for Timisoara is only a vessel and the beauty that resides in this city is based on the life and culture found inside it. Timisoara would be nothing without its people, its nature, the culture, and life that have grown with the pass of time, for as all things change, all that will be remembered will be the memory. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you. And can I move back one presentation again? That Naomi, you painted this one, you drew, right?
Yeah.
Nice, it's beautiful image. But how many days it took to paint this drawing for you?
A lot of days and hours. I think a week at most, 2 maybe.
Mm-hmm. Wow, but it's really connected with your mom's story, and now it's appearing on your painting. This I felt. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Tiana, thank you for your story. Yes, any comment from you? Your daughter read your story, very, very nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I was too exciting to read myself. I don't know very well English, but she knows very well English, and she was amazing to read my story. And I am very amazed by what she drew for Timișoara, Capitală Europeană. It is very nice and impressed me. I hope to come and enjoy our journey in like a story to visit our city.
Yes, thank you so much. And Naomi, you closed the video, but I found that you are wearing Timișoara t-shirts. Can you show us the volunteer t-shirts? Yes.
It's here.
Nice. Thank you so much. And several comment on chat board that another common point, Ladina from Plovdiv. Yeah, it's famous. Also, Bulgaria is famous for roses. So it's common point among Bulgaria and also Romania. So it's nice to have exchange rose story, some episode about roses. So thank you very much. Greetings from Plovdiv, amazing botanic park. Yes, so also Plovdiv. Please visit Plovdiv. So thank you so much. Yes, and another resemblance between Timișoara and Rijeka, we have a street in the center with the same name, Corso. It's Cristina. Wow. Yes, it's new information. Bravo, girls. Thank you so much. So thank you, Naomi and Tiana, wonderful mother and daughter. You're good teamwork. And we would like to move to Cristina Dragoi, your presentation. Yes, can you?
Yes, my presentation is about team floralis, like, and I want to, Naomi, you was, girls, you were so perfect, and I love that pictures, and you will be a powerful artist. And like the girl said, the show must go on. Indeed, even if we are passing a not such grateful moment in this year. That's why I want to show you the Team Floralis, the flower festival that it was born here in Timișoara, because the need to cultivate the taste of beauty and being emblematic for the Timișoara, known as the City of Flowers. This festival is a project dedicated to Timișoara and tries to combine local artists and the local community to bring value and color to the city. In the following, I want you to present a short video. It is so nice and well done by the organizer. This video transposes through the vision of local artists the importance of this event, even if, like I said in the beginning, we are going through difficult periods and that force us to give up on these events with our physical participation. We will watch this, and after I will discuss about these infloralis from this year.
So, yeah, start.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. In this year, this flower festival covers the sixth edition, Victoria Square, Libertății, and Unirii Square. Happiness through colors, they wanted to say, but unfortunately without people. The artistic forms of floral structure under the theme Floral Paradise, like I put the first picture, the emblematic picture for this year, had to hide peeps of smiles and high aspiration, which was to inspire and provoke the imagination of the people. Without knowing what we will go through this year, this show, it had to start between 24 April and 26. Timisoara, it had to become the meeting place. We can show this image and the other one. Okay. It had to be a combination of colors, a cultural mosaic, strong voices, and many other surprises had to offer charm of the city. It had to be 3 days. In these 3 days, designer, architects, landscapers, international florists, environmentalists, students, pupils, schools, lots of people. They try to work together and had to make this beauty of nature and flowers in the urban context. This project had to include the flower exhibition and arrangements, workshops for both the general public and professional florists, unique music and dance performance, events with and for children. Everything was through the smallest details, as I said in the introduction, but due to this situation, the festival was postponed, being a state of emergency, but even though we weren't allowed to go out, these flowers were still used and surrounded Timisoara in color and freshness, of course, without us. But it is a difficult year in which we didn't manage to sustain our events, but we had behind us beautiful moments. And I put here two pictures through 2 different years in which community got involved and enjoyed in their free time. Perfect moment. We had 2 years that we celebrate Flower Paradise. I choose only two because there are more, but not to be late with my presentation. We had 2 years that we celebrate this Flower Paradise. 22 decorations were dressed with flowers in the center of Timisoara, roses, twigs of magnolias, hair flowers, petunias, orchids are just some of the flowers that they are used by designers to improve decoration in the 3 central squares of Timisoara. Floral's happiness was the main theme for of Team Floralis in these 2 years. Like Cristina and Naomi said, the show must go on. Even if we go through these moments, we have our community. We can do a lot of things together, and we as a community, we will not give up, and we will be more stronger than ever. That's why I choose to present you Team Floralis, the flower festival, because it's a little point of our community that can be such an interesting visit places and events to be part of it. Of course, I'm glad because that I meet you and you listen to me again. and I hope that I guided you and my colleagues to a new path full of news and new activities in which you can get involved both through volunteering and through your presence and support. So thank you a lot, and you will not see me for today. This is my last presentation, I promise.
No, thank you so much, Cristina. You don't need to stop, because we expect also Timisoara, Discover My City, like part 2 or another story.
Of course,
Yes.
of course.
Because I know that you shaped a lot of slides and you needed to choose, so you have a lot of things to share with us. So thank you for your wonderful presentation. And
It was my pleasure.
Thank you so much. I saw several pictures about Flower Festival. It's full of flower in Timisoara.
Full of flowers, colors, and artists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I imagine that the upcoming title year of Timisoara, you will have more like big event and more community involvement,
yes.
also volunteer. This is the idea.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank
and thank you. Several comments on chat that I didn't read, but in Poland also have a beautiful rose town of roses. Yeah, so beautiful presentation, message from Margozia. Yes, from Ireland, but originally from Poland she was. And Petra, amazing painting. Naomi, you are very talented. And yes, and nice, beautiful. A lot of thanks, and we expect to visit Timisoara, especially. So Flower Festival is April, right?
Yes, it was.
Every year, the end of April. Yeah, let's hope next year will be
We'll be together in the
Yeah.
center of Timisoara.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's move next presentation. Thank you, Cristina. Is about dancing rhythm, who is a ballet dancer and an economist, which has a very diverse background. So
Anca.
Yes, Anca, you will present dancing rhythm in Timisoara. Yes,
Yes.
are you ready? Thank you so much, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I can tell you about dancing rhythms in Timisoara. And as a former professional ballerina, I see the city from a dance perspective, and I can say you that Timisoara was and still is the most dynamic cultural center from the western part of Romania. The favorite geographical settlement at the confluence of Central and Eastern Europe offers a large opening to cultural aspects. Also, the population of this multi-ethnic and multicultural area belonging to various ethnicities and religious groups makes Timisoara a model of European civilization. The classical dance ballet. Since the end of the 18th century, ballet seasons with a varied repertoire were frequently played in Timisoara at the opera, and similar to other major European cities, many plays were presented here immediately after their absolute premieres. The Timisoara National Opera House is a cultural public institution subordinated to the Ministry of Culture. Its activity being held on annual artistic seasons, performing opera, operetta, ballet, and opera for children performances at home as well abroad. The actual Timisoara Opera House was established through Royal Decree number 254 at 31st of March in 1946 year. Up until then, the Cluj-Napoca Opera House was activating here since 1920 year. And here is me at 19 old years, my memoir, when I was in opera in Bucharest first time, and after in Timisoara. About the building over the time. The construction of the Palace of Culture, the building that hosts, besides the National Opera House, 3 other culture institutions, National Theatre, Hungarian Theatre, and German Theatre. And we see that what today's building looks like after 2 major fires and reconstructions, as my colleague Valentina previously presented. Another major event recorded in the history of this institution belongs to the politics area. The Romanian Revolution of December 1989 started in Timisoara. It began and developed in the building of the opera house. The balcony of this building became the Romanian Revolution balcony, a symbol of people's freedom. The image of this balcony rounded the world. About the artistic side. Thus, the artistic tours undertaken in the country and abroad meet both public appreciation and the critics in most European countries: Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria, Switzerland, France, Germany, Greece, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, as well in countries such as India and Qatar. Many shows and festivals take place here. On the 24th of September 2004, the Timisoara Opera House received the title of National Opera House as a recognition of its special merits for all hard work in the service of Romanian art and culture within the country and abroad. The Festival of Opera and Operetta in the Air, an extremely popular event that takes place annually at the end of August, split over 2 weeks, is offering to the public for free the most beautiful performances from the repertoire of the institution. And today we suffer all of this pandemic, and all shows are online transmission. The festival, the Arts Festival. It's one of the most important international folklore celebration listed in the UNESCO calendar. The event brings to Roses Park folklore groups from Europe, North America, and Asia. And this is picture from the shows of Hritcu Festival. And now I can talk to you about Latino dance in Timisoara. This is dancing is the way we can make music visible. This is a dance in the street. All citizens of Timisoara enjoy the dance street. Many forms, but special Latino dance street. And this is the vision of Latin dances. How normal people see Latin dance, only salsa, but salsero people see it in many ways, form of dance. This is also a dance in the street, very appreciated in Timisoara. This is an in the gym to study with our formers. In Timisoara, there are many schools and dance clubs like Salsa with Attitude, Palladium Dance Club, Cuban Attitude, Mystic, Salsalicious Dance School, Salsa Rebels, Fantastic Studio, Urban Arts Studio, Tango Malena, Latin Bug Dance School, and many. Here it's me dancing Latino in art studio by Salsa Addicted. I dance in many schools. I know many dancers of Latino, and we all love dance, and we all dance together.
Thank you so much, Anca. I saw, can I move back a little bit, just a moment? That this is also you in the middle.
Yes, this is also me. And
also the left.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. That I remember that you told me that not taking less, not sleeping, but dancing is giving you energy, right?
Yes, not only me, everyone, my colleagues are a lawyer, the lawyers, the doctors, the informaticians, and mostly every day they after work came to the gym and to the parties and dance better than sleep 1 hour after work.
Yes, and I know the Romanian people really love dancing, folk dance, yes, also a lot of complicated steps, but you are very good to everybody.
I know every style of dance.
Yes, so we need to learn how to make a step dancing from you.
Together, we'll be together. We'll be strong.
We'll be strong and together dancing all night long.
All night long.
Yes, thank you, Anca.
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
a lot of comment that you are a great dancer, you are beautiful, bravo, from Asia, from Cristina, from Matera, Davide, Sergio, clap hands, Latino dance from Ferdinando, from Matera. So, Anca, you are great. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, Mayumi, and thank you all for watch and great messages.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's move next presentation, the last presentation, a life of culture in Timisoara by Cristina, that artist and also performer and teacher, and a lot of involvement in community, also event producing. She will introduce about Timisoara culture life. So Cristina, Chula, are you ready?
Always ready.
Yes. Okay, waiting for you to start.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Before we start, allow me to confess something to you. I have only recently came back home after 9 years of living abroad, and I must say that I am deeply impressed by the growth and development that has happened in my hometown. I have witnessed its progress in novelty, innovation, and sustainability. Many wonderful projects have been initiated, and I would honestly need at least a few hours to go through all of them. So I must admit that it has not been an easy job for me to select just a few of the projects so that I can frame the presentation in less than 10 minutes. But allow me to say that I am deeply honored to witness the direction that we're taking towards evolution. So one of the most visible improvements is that on focusing on the potential of the youth and of the neighborhood communities. And here is where I start my cultural life presentation with mentioning FIT and its Youth for a Sustainable Future Centers. So as you can see, there's been heating centrals that have been transformed by local and international volunteers into open and safe spaces with educational, artistic, social, and entertainment purposes. Of course, due to the COVID situation, we had to move online. But let me tell you that for the youth from here was not a difficult thing. So projects have been moved online more and more with a strategy and an eye on what is happening in this field internationally to decide which online actions are relevant to the public. So online traveling, yoga classes, do-it-yourself workshops, language classes, talks, and sharing inspirational stories, and creativity challenge are just some of the activities that you are being offered through these centers and its young citizens. A next project that I would be interested in telling you about is Impulse, that wants to encourage both the participation of the neighborhood residents in a series of street art events, but also creating a meeting place between the public, often marginalized, and residents of the neighborhoods and the artists themselves. So, of course, due to this situation, we had to move these sort of events online as well. So we have created, here you can see some of the pictures from Impulse. And you can see that we do workshops with children, circus shows, fire shows, and then we move higher, and then higher. We we always find ways to impress our public and move forward with more interesting ideas. So another thing that Timisoara proposed during this situation is transform art, which wants to encourage both the participation of the neighborhood residents and all categories of public to find solutions that stimulate a common reflection that can serve the entire cultural section in Timisoara during this process of moving towards the online. Civicultura is a festival of involvement, stories of the neighborhood, a city show, which aims to increase the civic involvement of people, and especially the young people, through civic education and theater in the neighborhood. So social distancing comes with challenges for everybody, but here we are eager to accept, understand, and overstep them. So we're bringing people close together with just one click distance. So we have been creating exhibitions and online theater and videos and films and documentaries and interviews, all sorts of projects that have been accessible in this new online environment. Next, we move to theater as resistance, which encourages critical thinking. And as said here in the text, in the hope of drawing attention to the most innovative area of theatrical creation, which is in a deep crisis this year. So we keep the citizens active and involved during these times through animation films and theater performances, debates, stories, exhibition, podcast, contest, and even a monthly newsletter focusing on the history of the independent theaters, which is available in 3 languages, as you have heard earlier, German, Hungarian, and Romanian. During these past years, we also started this first culture and sports program in Romania, which is called Sport 21. Together, we set the culture in motion. It has been a beautiful event, but as you know, we also had to move this to adjust it to the pandemic. So as much as we can, we keep the sport alive, and we continue organizing marathons, but we also compensate with something else. Meaning that if you cannot come and participate in festivals and events, we bring them to you. So here I introduce you the neighborhood scene, which is a local intervention dedicated to the independent music. So we have been bringing this project on the rooftops in the neighborhoods so that as many people could participate and enjoy musical concerts and a dialogue with the local artists. Another beautiful project that I'm very fond of is Moving Fireplaces, which promotes the authentic aspects of some region destinations and tells the story of the people. We had to adapt to these times as well. So we have came with another idea and made out of moving fireplaces, stationary fireplaces, which made accessible to all of us short films, debates, conferences, and much more on the migration topic in this region and Europe itself. Power Station is the project through which I came in touch with the beautiful volunteers that have been organizing and developing this Discover My City project and much more. So here I want to introduce what we are doing. And so Power Station is a program for developing managerial skills in culture. So it's been 4 years now that they have been training cultural managers, event producers, cultural mediators, and more. It is so-called the soft power of the capital of culture. Another wonderful project that is happening right now is Multiplexity or Multiple City, which is 6,500 meters squares of the transportation museums, which is now transforming into a cultural place and experiential space, open space for art. So what we meant to do with this is to create conferences, seminars, and workshops, to organize creative activities and science and technology events as part of professional, but on the other hand, of visitors. There will be multifunctional spaces, exhibition halls, interactive laboratories for children and adults, and experimentation areas. We have already started, so one of the projects that is happening right now in this space is Progress, Paradigm Shifts. And here, the narratives that question this process of transformation are reshaped from a social, political, and technological perspective through interactive audiovisual installation, soundscapes, and improvised live performance. Yet another amazing happening was the light of the Union Square. And I wanted to introduce this event to you just because of the splendor and fabulosity of this event, as it has been telling the story of the city in 3 days within 3 acts. And moving to the next slide, you can see that one of the main things that has happened in this event was an orchestra in the art museum. It is such a splendid view that I really wanted to share it with you. This is Vega Borealis. And here we worked on bringing the creative community of the city to activate the city through all sorts of performative acts and involve the public in these activities. So here we brought the Aurora Borealis in our hometown, and this was quite a special event. Memoirs of the Citadel. This is yet another project that I'm very fond of because it proposes the creation of a mural art route through which locals and visitors can rediscover the history, spirit, and specifics of Timisoara. here you can see some of the images with the artists and their creations. So it's been 3 years now of artistic intervention into Timisoara's neighborhoods. And the objective of this project is clear, that of making the citizenry feel that the urban side of culture is not exclusive just for those who have access to the downtown area, but much more. Another project was on poetry and writing verses at the light stops in the city, but also on the walls. And I will be ending this presentation with my favorite project, which is La Paz at Pace. La Paz explores the complexity of the relationship between culture and food. It is a program with a gradual development oriented towards the consolidation of sustainable production and consumption models. Some of the most needed and important topics that they touch, especially now in our times, is slow food, slow travel, and slow fashion movements, biodynamic agriculture, biodiversity, environment protection, and fair trade. Through their initiatives, they also promote local and artisan products, along with the traditional recipes. As you can see here, Taste as Heritage or Artisans La Paz, which are some of the initiatives. But they also focus on the education for teachers and children around sustainability and on the awareness campaigns on the responsible consumption of natural resources, which here you can see that it has been made through a series of artistic interventions on some of the most useful and used facilities in any city, which are the public wells. So in conclusion, here I am to let you know that multicultural life is happening. Even here and now, despite the pandemic situation, we have been adapting and finding ways to keep in touch with the public and with the artistic and cultural life. So please feel free to come and visit us, get involved if wished so, and discover the city's vivid colors, openness, home-like vibration, and experience the warmth of the locals. You are welcome, always, in all ways.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Cristina. Amazing story. And I was wondering, you are going to present this message?
Yes, this is the ending image for the slide, which is translated from Romania as in to finally be happy.
Yeah, to finally be happy together. Thank you so much, Cristina. Thank you so much. So you can find European Capital of Culture, Timisoara, a lot of Facebook, also website, Twitter, YouTube. So please check what you are interested in and come to visit Timisoara. I will stop sharing. And thank you so much, everybody, to listen and to see. Great job. A lot of comment. Bravo, great. And I'm so impressed. Also, thank you, Valentina. I love poetry. Nice. How about Maria? Your team did great job.
Yes. I am equally impressed as you guys, and we, as you already heard, invite you warmly to visit us whenever you have time. Just, get in touch with us. You can connect. You have all our contact data, so please don't be shy, visit us. You'll receive here, friends from our team to show you around, to show you the city, to introduce you to the most important, places and events. So please come.
Yes, and I saw a lot of new information. Even I visited Timisoara 3 times actually, but some information are new, and I found that vega liver is the must to work. Everybody mentioned about vega liver. Yes, liver. Yes, if you have any comment, please feel free to comment on chat board or with Mike. If anybody want to comment.
Let's have some common, sharing time. Yeah, feel free.
Yeah.
I like to, can I?
Yeah, please.
Elena.
I'm just really amazed. You guys have done an amazing job. What I'm really impressed with is the pride and passion that you have for your city. It's really infectious, and you're so knowledgeable and you're so passionate about it. And even, I mean, obviously the visuals help. Without the visuals, you were able to really give us an idea of what the city looks like and what the city feels like. And I was really curious about the roles. I didn't know really anything about Timisoara, and Maria had asked Lucy, one of our wave makers, who was doing the lovely artwork for the Discover My City project, to include the roles, and I was really intrigued. I wasn't sure why the roles had to be in the poster, so now I understand. And I'm really looking forward to visit, and I really hope that whenever possible we can organize some exchanges also with the wave makers. And really thank you so much for your amazing job, and you're also creative and artisty. Thanks again.
Thanks, Elena. We will be waiting for the next opportunity to welcome you here. That would be great. Yeah. So please, everyone, yeah, just feel free to ask whatever you want to know more.
I just want to say as well that I am so impressed. I was in Sibiu, and I heard about Timisoara, and because I love drums, so I said to myself, I want to visit Timisoara. Yeah, but now I must to go. Actually, I really dream go to visit you, and so amazing presentation, and thank you.
Thank you, Margozia. And any comment from Asian country, Kay or Vicky, from Japan or from Taiwan, Hong Kong? If you can. Maybe a little bit midnight time, no worry. Thank you. And Timisoara is the must visit, explore, discover, and live.
Mayumi?
Yes, oh, Ferdinando from
Hi, Mayumi. Thank for our presentation. I like it much because I visited Romania, but I don't visit Timisoara. I hope next years to visit and to see direct, face-to-face all image, all city I see today.
Thank you, Ferdinando. And since you know Romanian language, so it's good.
Da.
It's good to have.
Mă bucur că am văzut ce ați prezentat, deoarece acum vorbesc un puțin în limba română, un puțin în limba engleză, dar oricum mă bucur că ce am văzut și sper ca în viitoare voi ajunge acolo când va fi capitala cultura la România. Va fi ceva foarte frumos, cred, because am văzut ce ați pregătit, ce gândesc pentru viitor. Cred că va fi cum a fost în Matera, ceva foarte frumos pentru inima și pentru toate persoane din oraș.
Wow! Bravo, Ferdinando!
Mulțumim, Ferdinando!
Mulțumim la voi!
Thank you. And also message from Kay. Yes, so in Japan now 2 a.m. Thank you, Kay, for staying and looking at watching this presentation. And from Mary in Galway, even you join a little bit later, we have video. So it will be uploaded on YouTube. So please wait official YouTube video, then you can check all contents what girls presented. Thank you. Oh, Ferdinando, #1 from Matera. Bravo. Thank you so much. And so I think we are now almost closing time. If anybody want to add some comment, now is the last. Yes, Asia, please.
I want to thank you all from Rijeka for a beautiful presentation, and I am so happy to meet via Zoom such an interesting bunch of people, and thank you for sharing Timisoara impressions from your point of view. It was really inspiring, and it was beautiful to feel the city from your point of view. So definitely we are coming as soon as we can. We promise that.
Yes, thank you so much. So anybody else would like to add any comment? Maybe last one, Timisoara, from Timisoara. Yes. Any comments that you are even now living in Timisoara? What's new for you, or what's?
Well, holidays are coming.
Okay.
Holidays are coming. The spirit is here. We grew together during this very difficult year, but it feels so encouraging. And this compassion and energy and the way we help each other to go through difficult times, because I remember when we first met in April, we didn't know what to do, how to face the challenges that were before us. But now I feel encouraged, and I feel enriched by getting to know you all, and by seeing this wonderful community. I feel that we have the same spirit. We want to grow together. We want to help our communities. We want to bring value in our lives and in our cities, in our countries. So I want to thank you, and I want to wish you all happy holidays. Keep your spirit up, and let's see again. Let us see again in 2021, healthy and with full energy, renewed energy. So thank you all.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, everybody. Again, applause for everybody who presented and also joined today. And we are looking forward, your city will present, Discover My City, Rijeka, Matera, wherever, waiting for you next presentation. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, everybody.
So see you in 2021. Everyone, thank you.
O seara plăcută la tuturor.
O seara plăcută. Wish you a nice, pleasant.
Mulțumesc.
Yes. in Romanian. We can say it in different languages now, if you want. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.